long time. This is her 3rd season as a head coach, but she was the Missouri Valley Coach of the Year. And her squad, the Drake Bulldogs, have the first possession of the game, and they don't take any time. They put the ball up, and that's Courtney Becker knocking down a 3-pointer.
Just what they love to do, score quick, get your defense out, get the ball, run.
That's what you're going to see all day long. The shot clock will probably not be a factor on the Drake end of the court as Quay Miller misses from the baseline. Maddie Nolan with the rebound. Jalen Sherrod, in this her 5th season at Colorado, has done so much for this program. She throws that one a little bit high, and here comes Dinnebeer. Becker going to put the ball on the floor. They are in constant movement and will be looking for the open player as McCauley off the mark, but an offensive rebound and put back by Becker.
Yeah, you cannot give Drake that second chance opportunity. Good job of forcing a shot, but you got to finish it with a rebound.
Colorado is the 17th ranked team in the country. They've been on a bit of a skid here at the end of the season. They lost in double overtime to a tough Oregon State team in the Pac-12 tournament. And a foul called on Quay Miller as Grace Berg drives to the basket.
Yeah, well, then, if the game's going to be called tight and like that, then Colorado and Drake have to adjust.
Dinnebeer catches on the inbounds and between 2 Buffalo defenders able to score.
How'd she get that off?
That was tough. Drake off to a 7-0 lead over the number 5 seed Colorado. Anna Miller there with the basketball. Dinnebeer, she's hounded by Sherrod. Backdoor cut to Grace Berg. And J.R. Payne thought about calling a timeout, but the official, she just waved her hands and said play on. And what a tremendous start for the Bulldogs.
Well, Drake is clicking on all cylinders right now. Colorado denied, they just go back forward. They just take what the defense gives them.
Quay Miller gets the first basket of the game for the Buffaloes.
Good decision not to call the timeout. Quay Miller answers with the 3.
And that's where J.R. Payne knows her team so well. This is a veteran squad in Colorado. Whistle and a foul away from the ball is on Sherrod. That's her first foul. And already we've got a couple of subs coming in. Smith and Wetta for Colorado. Shannon Fornshell into the game for Drake. Flex cut to set up Shannon Fornshell, and J.R. Payne decides to take a timeout now. The 12th seed Drake Bulldogs up 11-3 here in the first quarter. Incredible ball game, and what a shot in a clutch moment.
Yeah, how fun is that? How big is that trophy?
It's huge.
You need weights to lift that thing.
So, speaking of weights, Aronette Von Lay, the strongest player for Colorado, muscling it up, drawing a foul, and she will go to the free throw line for an and one as Fornshell with the foul. This young woman can squat 455, that's her personal best, and 225 bench press, double rep. She had a 405 squat during the season, but when we talked to the strength coach for Colorado, he said there was actually a 455 squat in the offseason.
So she's lifting me, you, and our producer up. She's pumping it. Oh, wow.
Amazingly strong young woman, and just can power through contact as she is the leading scorer for Colorado on the year. 14 points a game, 5 rebounds, all Pac-12 selection. And gives Colorado a little boost. She gets the ball inside, goes outside.
Nice, just throw it into your big. Drake doesn't have really anybody to counter that. Very smart.
And it's a really interesting game, isn't it, Holly, in that there are a lot of mismatches on the floor as the travel is called, because how are you going to defend Vonleh on this end of the court if you're Drake? But she has a tough time defending them as well.
Yeah, it's a counter punch, and the great decision. They go inside. She's got the height, she's got the strength, the power. We talked about her power, and use it.
There she is again, muscling it up. Doesn't get that one. Great rebound and putback by Sarah Rose Smith, the transfer from Missouri.
And good job of moving Vonleh around, not just putting her on the block, making Drake have to guard movement.
Top of the key, Dinnebeer. And almost chasing it down is Miller, but they save it to Colorado. Here comes Colorado. Sarah Rose Smith off the dribble.
Just wasn't quite sure if she's supposed to pass it, shoot it. Got to make your mind up before you get there.
And then she commits the foul. That's her first.
13 foul. Substitution for Drake, number 11, Meyer.
The winner of this game will advance to play Kansas State, who held off Portland in our earlier game. Colorado on a 7-0 run right now.
It's really important for Drake to get the ball in the middle of the floor. Then they have two sides that are cutters. And
Miller tries to score over Vonleh, but it's swatted. And Sherrod, she is the energy, she is the leader. She puts this team on her shoulders and brings it.
Love it. Her quote, will over skill. That was will. She was going to make it happen. Yeah, Vonleh with the block, and then what does it do? It starts the transition, and Sherrod goes in, gets bumped, focus, finish. Gotta love it.
And she completes the three-point play and gives Colorado a 2-point advantage. They were down 11-3, and they're on a 10-0 run. Vonleh will get a rest for Colorado as she is subbed for by Charlotte Whitaker.
Just bringing big on big. Bringing another big presence inside on the block.
Rod puts the ball on the floor. Nice cut by Smith. Kicks out to Whitaker. And it's a jump ball. Possession arrow will stay on this end of the court. Timeout on the floor. 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Drake started this game leading 9-0. Colorado took a timeout when they were down 11-3, and they have answered back in a big way. Whitaker has the ball tied up, and neither player wants to let go of it. And they go to the floor. Possession arrow will go to Drake.
Becker still didn't want to give it. She didn't want to give it to the official.
She's like,
you can't have it. It's our ball.
Dinnebeer, Katie Dinnebeer, the 5'8" junior out of West Des Moines, the point guard for this team, won the most outstanding player in the Valley this year as McCauley knocks down a three. Of course, that award is called the Jackie Stiles Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year.
Tough kid. Leads the team in scoring, assist leader, steal leader. Does a little bit of everything.
Nice backdoor cut.
Yeah, nice cut. We both like that.
We sure did. It was a little matchup zone, a little miscommunication from the Drake defense. McCauley, is fouled, and oh my goodness, her teammate landed on her and folded her over. The fact that McCauley is able to hop right up from that, wow. Yeah, oh my goodness.
Second personal foul. Team foul number 4.
Boy, that That's some core strength by McCauley to withstand that as Miller came right down on top of her, and she just popped right back up.
She's young.
Woo. Wow.
She is young and in great shape.
She's stretching it out a little bit. You know, she had 22 points in their semifinal win over Northern Iowa and was held to just 6 points in the final against Missouri State. But you never know who's going to step up to score for Drake because it depends on how the defense plays them.
That's this style of team. Everybody gets the opportunity. They're going to take what the defense gives you. They're going to take their best shot.
Von Lay has it tied up. No whistle. Sherrod missing, and it gets away from Miller. So it's really interesting when you look at Drake. When they played Northern Iowa in the semifinals of the Valley, they had to shoot the 3 in that game as they made 16 three-pointers. But then they were held to just 3 three-pointers against Missouri State, and they had 48 paint points in that one.
Yeah, taking what the defense gives you. So obviously the opportunities against Northern Iowa to shoot the 3. Then Missouri State go inside. So they just continue to adjust whatever it takes to win. Colorado's really they're working the back of the zone. It looks like it's open if they'll just stick somebody down there on the block.
Von Lay muscling it in.
Power.
7 points for the leading scorer on the year for Colorado. She's already halfway to her season average. And a whistle and a foul on Kendall Wetta, the junior out of Castle Rock, Colorado.
And Colorado's got to be a little bit more too far away from the basket. You got to be smart on your fouls and sending Drake to the free throw line. And
already Drake is in the bonus, and you don't want to foul Katie Dennebeer as she shoots 86% from the free throw line. The junior at the line right now connects on the first. Well, for the 4th straight year, every NCAA Women's Championship game is on the networks of ESPN. For more information, go to ncaa.com, your home for all 90 NCAA championships. Dennebeer makes both free throws. She'll take a seat on the bench for a moment as Taylor McCauley comes in to sub her. All tied up here in Manhattan, Kansas, and the Regional 2 in Albany. The #1 seed in our regional, of course, Iowa and Caitlin Clark. The number 2 and 3 seeds are UCLA and LSU. And we mentioned Colorado's already beaten LSU this year. They played UCLA a couple of times and lost both contests to them.
Yeah, it's tough games, and it's you just go back and forth. UCLA having a great year in the Pac-12, and a lot of teams out of the Pac-12, and this is their final year to say they're in that conference, and Colorado's moving to the Big 12 next year.
Rod short on that one. Yeah, a possibility of Colorado advances. That would be a little preview of Big 12 play next year, but Drake had a little bit of something to say about that. They don't want to just concede. This is a tough Drake team out of the Valley.
Oh yeah, this game is going to be a lot of league changes and a lot of up and down, and so stay tuned.
Courtney Becker picks up the foul. Allison Pullman, head coach, was a longtime assistant under Jenny Baranchek as they really built this Drake program together. She has been at Drake, Jenny Pullman, since 2007. And we talked to her about how Jenny Baranchek and she put together this offense. We'll talk about that more in the game. Jenny Baranchek, of course, at Oklahoma, who won the Big 12 this year, as a nice kick out to set up Nolan for the 3.
Just getting the ball to the open player. Nolan was ready. Just catch and shoot, quick release.
top of the key. Ava Hawthorne, the sophomore out of Ames, Iowa.
They just are so well connected, Brenda Drake. They just know where each other they're going. It's really fun to watch their offense and how it develops.
Rebound by Miller. Under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Von Lay just grazes the front iron. Coleman wants him to push maybe for a 2-for-1 opportunity here before the end of the quarter. Miller has it stripped away, and she'll go to the free throw line.
Well, that's an easy call for the fit. You're reaching in, and the ball goes out of bounds. Just go straight up, make Drake make a play over you.
Kendall Wetta picks up the foul. It's her second.
Shooting 2 for Drake for the 14 Miller.
Anna Miller with her first basket of the game. And no, doesn't get the second. Nice backdoor cut. Beautiful pass to set up Nolan.
Good patience on the offense.
And here's where Drake pushed to get a 2-for-1, so they get an extra possession here because they pushed and drew that foul. Anna Miller stolen away by Sadler. Sadler in the game. Gets the basket to go right before the buzzer as Colorado takes the 24-21 lead to the second quarter.
Confidence going into the summer and into this season.
And remember, Drake had a win over Iowa State earlier this year. They played Iowa, lost, but they always get great competition in the state of Iowa going against those two teams as well as their rival, Northern Iowa. As we start the second quarter, Colorado leading 24-21 as Tamia Sadler had that basket right before the buzzer to extend the lead. Von Lay misses, gets her own rebound, surrounded by 3 Drake Bulldogs, but still is able to finish.
Yeah, persistent, didn't get frustrated that she missed her first shot and her second shot. Finished with the third shot.
And a turnover for Drake as Jalen Sherrod still wearing that mask. She broke her nose in the Washington game a few games ago. I think it just adds to her mystique, right? As just a bad player.
Yeah, she's a bad shut your mouth. I love it because she's so competitive. She takes things personally.
Nolan from 3. 8 from Nolan. And a foul inside.
And that's on Foreman. She's got to get, she's letting Berg bury her too deep in the paint, and she's going behind and coming over. You either got to get around or let her catch and build a wall and make her shoot over you.
Foreman taking a seat. She just has one 2-point field goal, the sharpshooter from 3-point range. And a turnover by Colorado, and then a foul committed by Sarah Rose Smith. That's her second.
I like Colorado being aggressive, but they've got to make sure they watch. Drake's a really solid free throw shooting. They're struggling right now shooting in the half court. Don't bail them out by putting them on the free throw line.
Right now, Colorado with 2 team fouls as we reset at the quarter mark. Grace Berg, always the extra pass for Drake, and Dinnebeer.
You cannot rotate your defense and get straight. It is one-on-one defense. You keep your player in front of you, make them make a play over you. When you start rotating, Drake's going to burn you just like they did.
Drake 4 of 7 now from three-point range to draw within 5. But that's where they're having a hard time with Vonleh inside.
Great great plan by Coach J.R. Payne. Just pound it inside. Sometimes this game is easy.
Yeah, when you've got a player like Vonleh inside, it can be for sure, and that's a travel from McCauley. Just got too sped up.
Substitution for Drake, number 21.
Well, we have talked about Drake's ball movement, people movement, and we've seen it on display here.
They just passed, they cut, they never saw. They make that extra pass, and they made the extra pass to an open three-point shooter.
Drake is shooting 57% from the floor, Colorado 48%. As you see our game trends with Colorado, the 20 points in the paint are the difference. They're getting the ball inside to Vonleh.
Well, Drake's making threes, Colorado's getting twos.
And Vonleh already has 6 rebounds overall, 4 of them on the offensive end. And how about that from Sadler?
Wow, Sadler, I thought, got away with a little walk.
And a turnover by Dinnebeer. Jalen Sherrod attacking, got it!
God, that was quick. Quick with the ball. She wasn't going to throw it to anybody. She's going to the basket.
What a player Jalen Sherrod is, as she has put this program on her back, and Drake with a nice answer from Courtney Becker.
Well, poor communication with Colorado on the defense, and Drake's going to pick you apart. If you don't talk and communicate, they're going to get easy shots.
There she is again, Sherrod splitting
Nice
defenders, and well, that looked like a nice block from Grace Berg, but she's called for the foul, and Colorado will go to the free throw line.
First team foul. Substitution for Colorado, number 15, Loretta.
And so, yeah, Sherrod just jumps that pass, and here she comes. Hey, I wouldn't throw it either if I had that speed and ability to score.
Wait a minute, I think you did have that speed and ability to score, didn't you, back in the day?
Well, I'm talking about now.
Colorado at the free throw line. Well, the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship first round continues tonight on CBS, TBS, TNT, and True TV. For more information on tournament game times and networks, go to ncaa.com. And earlier today, the Colorado men beat Florida, get this, 102-100, and they will face Marquette on Sunday. We might have a score like that in this game. We'll see.
Gosh. Wasn't a lot of defense being played.
It doesn't sound like it. McLeod made those free throws on the other end for Colorado. And she takes a swipe at that one and fouls as Dinnebeer.
There's no fear. She has no fear. She's going against a 6'3" defender. Yeah, no fear.
Katie Dinnebeer, the 5'8" junior out of West Des Moines. One of 2 players in the NCAA with these numbers, 17.5 points, 5.5 assists, and 2.4 steals. The other player, Hannah Hidalgo of Notre Dame.
That's some pretty outstanding company.
Dinnebeer now in double figures with those free throws, or with that free throw, I should say. And here she comes again. She is just fearless.
Just motion, just chaos. It's chaos on offense. And defense, you've got to, again, play your player, lock your player up one-on-one.
Dinnebeer, nothing was really happening in that offensive sense. So Dinnebeer says, I'm just going to raise up. How about Sherrod? Wow, like she shot out of a cannon.
That was a blur. I wasn't even sure who the player was.
Oh my goodness. Did anybody time that? That had to have been like 2.5 seconds, the length of the court.
We'll get on it.
Get your stopwatch out, Holly, former track star. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Dinnebeer is kind of taking over for Drake. She had that three-point play, then a three-pointer, and now that drive. Sherrod.
Nice pass.
Has it stolen away.
Well, it's a turnover, so I guess it wasn't a nice pass. Almost.
Well, good adjustment by the defense,
kind of like
right?
soccer, almost.
And another basket for Drake as they continue to chip away. Now it's a 4-point ball game.
Yeah, no lead is safe with Drake because they just chip away and they're going to hit threes and they're attacking the basket and they're going to go to the free throw line.
And they've got a great contingent here coming from Des Moines. It's just a little over 4 hours from Manhattan, Kansas, and they were all standing up on that defensive stance for Drake. Dinnebeer gonna fire it up again. No. Oh, he checked that time.
Woo.
And here comes Sherrod. Watch out. All the way, and she has it stripped. Nice defense by Drake. Wow, we're gonna take a chance to just catch our breath here, as it has been up and down the court action. The Buffaloes leading by 4. All right, thanks, Kelsey. As Colorado comes out of the timeout, commits a travel by Whitaker. Colorado up 40-36, and LSU having some trouble with Rice today. Remember that this Colorado team did beat LSU in the first game of the season. UCLA, the number 2 seed in our regional, beat Colorado twice in Pac-12 play.
And they did that with solid defense, ball pressure, turning LSU over, and that's what they've got to do here. A little bit, it's a lot different style of play, but you still got to give your effort on the defensive end.
Sherrod saved it back under the Drake basket, which is not advised, and Drake capitalizes. But Sherrod went to the floor hard over in our photog section, is grabbing her back right now. Sherrod being tended to. You can see her pointing to her back. Went over to try to steal it, and then in an attempt to save the ball, slipped past the baseline, takes her time getting up. Let's take a look at it again. Good to see her get up. See, just getting tied up with the photogs down at the end, and goes down hard.
Yeah, fell really hard on her back.
So she will go out of the game. This is a young woman that trains with a former defensive end out of the NFL. I mean, she trains hard. One of the toughest kids you will ever meet. And you hope that she's able to come back in. Nice pass down to Vonleh, and you talked to me about that at the break, that they need to get the ball to Vonleh because she has not been able to be stopped.
You go what is scoring and what is easy, and just keep pounding it inside and let Drake figure out how they're going to stop you.
Nice move by Grace Berg. She's got 4.
Great job. Again, spraying the floor, going one-on-one, taking what the defense gives you.
Kick out. Nolan missing. Vonleh chasing it down. Nobody's going to get it away from her. But then Dinnebeer, knocks it out of bounds. And it's good to see Jalen Sherrod coming back in the game. She just had a moment on the sideline with Coach J.R. Payne.
Yeah, it's good to see her back.
Again, already wearing that mask because of the broken nose in the Washington game late in the season. We'll see if it hampers her at all as Wade Miller.
Like I said, go inside.
or go to Miller at the free throw line, right?
Nice touch. Nice touch on the ball.
Dinnebeer. Wade Miller with a rebound. Here comes
Here we go.
Rod. May not have looked quite as fast that time down the court, but Drake also was back defensively. And then a foul called on the Bulldogs on Becker. And Aaronette Vonleh will go to the free throw line.
Well, I like what Drake's doing. They're doubling down on the ball. And if Vonleh's going to bring the ball down, they got a great shot of getting it. They got a foul there, but they're trying to tie her up, and she's got to keep the ball. They got to throw it high, and she's got to keep it high.
Vonleh, a 64% free throw shooter on the season. One for two there, and then a foul on Nolan. That's her first foul.
Those are the type of fouls that I'm saying Colorado does not need to do.
Because it racks up your team fouls and gives Drake the possibility of going to the free throw line. Timeout by Drake, 30-second timeout. The Colorado Buffaloes know that Aaronette's older brother, Noah, played for Indiana and then in the NBA for 8 years. And you can see how hard she works and how hard it is to try to defend her and her strength inside. Berg has it stripped away, and then they're going to say she touched it last.
Oh, yeah. Nice call.
So Sherrod got a hand on top of it, and Berg tried to go up through it, and the ball was off her.
Good block. Her hand was on top of the ball, and
nice steal from Taylor McCauley. She's got a 2-on-1 break, and you always have to be aware of the three-point shot in the Drake fast break. Good recovery for Colorado.
You can't leave her open.
So stepping in was Sadler, and a jump ball will go possession arrow Drake. So they shouldn't have reset the shot clock. I think they're going to have to take a look at that. Yeah, that's exactly what they're taking a look at. Tiffany Bird, Brian Garland, Zach Grost are our officials today, and Tiffany Bird is going to take a look because it did not change possession, so the shot clock should not have reset.
You're doing a little side hustle of officiating, aren't you? You said it before they even called it.
Well, sometimes I'm paying attention to those things.
Yeah, sometimes. Good job.
18 on the shot clock. And then again, it's kind of a situation here where Drake could get 2 possessions in the last minute to just 1 for Colorado. See if they can take advantage of that, but no, instead they get an offensive foul call, and it will be Colorado basketball. First foul for Taylor McCauley. Colorado, their largest lead here in the first half was a 12-point advantage. Drake led by as many as 9.
Yeah.
And a foul called on Drake.
Yeah, just hit her from the side. I like Sadler's ability to attack the basket hard.
That's a second foul on McCauley. And it resets the shot clock to 20 with just 22 seconds remaining in the quarter.
So I would anticipate Colorado's going to try to use the clock.
J.R. Payne right in front of us. calling out the play. Sherrod gets everybody in their spots. Miller, Sherrod puts the ball on the floor, attacks, and a foul call on Drake, even though it didn't look like Sherrod was in any kind of position to shoot it. And Miller commits the foul, kind of bailing her out, it looked like.
I just can't. That play was going nowhere. So actually, it looked like Sherrod was trying to pass over here to the corner.
Dinnebeer is going to the sideline. Looked like she might have some blood on her knee that the training staff for Drake is taking care of.
Yeah, I thought she was coming out. I'm like,
I did too.
She's not coming out.
It's 3.1 seconds.
She's not coming out.
She could go down and score.
Yeah.
Dinnebeer right now is leading Drake in scoring with 18 points. She's 3 of 6 from three-point range. Leading the way for Colorado is Von Lay with 14 points. And at the free throw line is Jalen Sherrod, who has 7 points and 4 assists so far in this game.
Well, I will tell you this. Drake is going to get a shot off.
You're making a bold prediction.
I'm making a bold prediction.
Sherrod makes the second free throw. 3.1 seconds remaining. Dinnebeer. Oh. And what are they going to call? They're going to call a travel on Dinnebeer. Not a foul.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. It looked like a good call.
Yeah, an extra step. And Sherrod misses at the buzzer. What a great first half here in Manhattan, Kansas, as the Colorado Buffaloes, the number 5 seed, with the 46-41 lead here at the half. Dinnebeer with the 18 points, but the second chance points for Colorado, a real advantage, 10-2. As we start the third quarter, Colorado with the first possession of the game.
And you're not surprised by that just because of their height and their ability to play around the basket.
Well, look at that, the reach that time by Courtney Becker, not allowing the ball to go inside to Quay Miller. And then terrific defense by Von Lay.
Well, they had Von Lay on the block and just missed her.
Anna Miller had 25 points in that championship game in the Valley, and she's been held to just one, but she's defending Von Lay, and then you've got the great work inside.
How do you, that's tough to defend when 6'3" drives to the basket.
So Berg, looked like she might have gotten away with a travel, and then it goes through the hands of McCauley.
I looked at Nolan, she kind of like rolled her eyes like, I think I got away with a foul or something.
Colorado did not start the game well. Drake jumped out to an 11-3 lead. Then it was Colorado answering back, and they have played from the lead most of the game since then, as a kickball will reset the clock to 20. J.R. Payne and her team appearing in their 3rd straight NCAA tournament appearance. Last year, they advanced to the Sweet 16 with a win over Duke, an overtime win over Duke in the 2nd round. They were ousted by the number 2 seed last year, Iowa, who was on their way to a national championship appearance, as Sherrod now has 10 points. Here's Miller, and she is fouled.
Yeah, great shot fake. That shot fake just totally froze the defense, brought the defense running out. Miller, super smart, drove to the basket, drew the foul.
Yeah, Anna Miller, as I mentioned, held to just 1 point so far. She only has 2 shot attempts. Berg trying to go up over Nolan, and Quay Miller with the rebound. That time Anna Miller got loose and knocked it away inside.
Yeah, both teams miss opportunities on defensive plays.
Anna Miller short on that, decided not to go try to bang with Von Lay down on the block.
Good decision.
Von Lay, yeah, she saw Miller go to the floor and knew she didn't do anything. And they just get her the ball while Miller is on the floor. Quick response, though, as Courtney Becker scores.
You gotta love that. And just, you know what, they scored, they get the ball in quick. Great look at a transition.
Rod changing directions. Beautiful pass to Quay Miller.
Probably got away with a little walk right there.
It looked like that might have happened.
But play on.
Colorado up to a double-digit lead now. They led by as many as 12 in the second quarter. They've got an 11-point advantage right now. Miller has it swatted away by Aronette Von Lay.
Nice block. I still like Miller going to the basket and does a great job. And gotta love that. All balls. It's just, you gotta play one-on-one right now.
And that time, Sarah Rose Smith picked up the foul as Grace Berg drives inside. That's a third foul for Smith. Grace Berg, the graduate student out of Indianola, Iowa. First team All-Valley. Boy, what a career she has had at Drake as she drains that one. She came in as a transfer from Missouri after her freshman year. Her sophomore year, she was the Missouri Valley Newcomer of the Year and All-Valley first team. First team the next year, third team last year, and first team once again this season. Nice pass up ahead, and Kendall Wetta finishes.
Both teams do a great job of getting the ball in quickly and going.
Wetta commits the foul. But let's take a look at that Colorado fast break.
Yeah, and who's at star with Sherrod, and they just go. They sprint the floor so well, keeping the ball spread, getting an easy layup.
Wetta with the foul. Colorado 5 of 6 from the floor here in the third quarter. Berg now being defended by Sherrod, and because of her quick hands, it goes off on Berg.
She's just got some high energy right now, and did a great job of getting over that screen, and that's using her quickness. Gosh. Right, getting over and then quick hands. You can be quick with your feet, but if you add your quick hands, you can be a heck of a defender.
Game will advance and face the number 4 seed Kansas State, who defeated Portland earlier today. Shot clock winding down, and Kendall Wetta gives Colorado its biggest lead of the game.
Really smart, very patient. Patient. Didn't take a quick shot, didn't take a bad shot. Got the clock running down. Got a mid-range jumper.
So Holly, what does Drake need to do right now? They seem not as much in rhythm and a little out of sorts offensively.
Well, go back to right there, getting the ball inside, posting it. They've missed some little easy shots right now, but just be patient because they are never out of the game just because of the style that they play.
And they get a steal there as McCauley lines up. And the save inbounds, and it's Colorado basketball.
And I think the physicality of the game and inside the post play, it'll tend to wear you down. So just stay the course. This game is far from over because Drake has the ability to score a bunch in bunches quickly.
Well, Drake 6 of 13 from three-point range so far today, and this is a team that averages a little over 8 three-pointers per game. Sherrod with the acrobatic move inside.
Her first step is so super quick.
And a travel for Drake. Colorado starting to mount up this lead as they're up by 16 with 4:56 remaining in the third quarter. The
hustle inside, sharing the basketball, and then Drake just wreaking havoc on both offense and defense.
Colorado leading 60-44 now with under 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. This is their biggest lead of the game, Colorado. Sadler has it stripped away. 4 seconds on the shot clock as Quay Miller checks in. Colorado 7 of 8 here in the third quarter. Drake's only made 1 field goal.
Well, Colorado's really upped their defensive intensity, their pressure, not allowing easy open looks.
1 on the shot clock. Sherrod gets it off just in time. And then Colorado gets the offensive board. Good hustle by Tamia Sadler. And then the turnover. Drake has an opportunity here in transition. Nice three-point look from Megan Meyer. And then a kick by Dennebeer. What a story Megan Meyer is. As she transferred from Iowa in her junior year, she was the Missouri Valley Newcomer of the Year. Then last year, she tore her ACL, and at the end of the year, decided that she was probably done with basketball. Her fiance, a football player at Iowa, got drafted by the Detroit Lions, and so she was going to be out of basketball completely and ended up coming back to play in these last 14 games of the year for Drake.
What a great opportunity that Coach Pullman allowed her to come back and her to persevere and get back and try to help this Drake basketball team.
Sherrod in between a couple of Drake defenders throws that one away. So Megan Meyer, as she goes to the bench, her fiance getting drafted by the Lions, Jack Campbell, was a linebacker at Iowa, the number 18 pick. And when the Lions were playing the 49ers in the NFL playoff game, that's when Nikki Hayes Fort, the assistant coach for Drake, talked to Megan and said, yeah, they could make it work to bring her back to the team. And so it's been good to see her back. So disappointing when she tore her ACL last year, and she's still recovering from that knee injury. And a foul called on Frida Foreman. Frida Foreman really hasn't gotten going for Colorado. Just 2 points, has not attempted a three-point shot. Her parents are in the audience. Her mother played on the Danish national team for her father. That's where they met. Her sisters also play for the Danish national team, so here in attendance.
Well, we're kind of holding our breath because she's 1 shot away from having the all-time three-point scoring record, both men and women. So
at Colorado, that's correct.
Colorado.
So Courtney Becker making both free throws. And like you said, Holly, this is a Drake team that can score in a hurry. So even though they were down by as many as 16, they can score in bunches, and you don't want to take your foot off the gas if you're Colorado.
Colorado's got to be really smart. They turn the ball over, leading to Drake's buckets. So get a shot off. Make sure you get a quality shot.
And with this possession, Drake can draw within single digits. They missed that three-pointer. Oh, and a collision as Maddie Nolan went right in front of Grace Berg, got right in her path, and Berg commits the foul. There was a lot Berg can do about that.
No, Nolan that's a smart basketball play. You just feel somebody on your back right there. She knew what was going on. Kind of slowed up.
And Berg's like, what the heck?
Yeah,
Like,
what'd I do?
And that's her second foul.
Nice.
Big rebound by Miller and a foul by Aaronette Vonleh.
Colorado foul on number 21, Aaronette Vonleh, first personal foul. Substitution for Drake, number 10,
Katie Dinnebier back into the ball game for Drake.
And this is the situation, Brent, I was talking about, is putting Drake at the free throw line, stopping the clock. Excellent free throw shooting team. They've struggled to score in the half court, and now you're almost bailing them out a little bit.
Yeah, because it's bonus time for Drake with 2.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. So as Anna Miller has had such a tough time getting the ball up against Aaronette Vonleh, now she has an opportunity to go to the free throw line. Nobody guarding her, free shots, because Vonleh committed the foul under the basket on the other end of the court. Sherrod back in the game for Sadler for Colorado.
Just gave her a little breather.
Defensive Player of the Year 2 years in a row in the Missouri Valley. Earned second team All MVC honors this year as the Scholar Athlete of the Year. But misses both free throws. Sometimes when you bang all game long, it's hard to have that touch on your free throw.
And it wears you down.
Sherrod is fouled by Dinnebier. That's her second.
Sherrod's just a smart player. Just puts her head down and draws the foul. Drake gets her hands on a lot of baskets. Active hands, active feet. They anticipate, like they get their hands on the basketball a lot on the defensive end.
Baseline jumper, good for Sarah Rose Smith.
Colorado needed that. It hasn't felt like Colorado has scored in a while. They've struggled a little bit.
And then Drake throws the ball away.
Substitution for Drake, number 11, Megan Meyer.
Well, here's today's Star Stories brought to you by Honda. $18 points for Dinnebier. Vonleh also with 18 points to go along with 9 rebounds to lead both these teams.
And Dinnebier, not surprising on both these young ladies. They've played hard. They played a lot of minutes and been really impactful for both their teams.
Yeah, the leading scorers on the year for both teams. Dinnebier averages 18 points, just under 18 points, so she is at her average. Aaronette Vonleh averages 14 points a game, so she is at 18 as well. And a nice backdoor cut and a flip over the shoulder for Kendall Wedda.
Good job to attack behind this zone, and Drake's really moving their zone up, and good cut to to score easy underneath the basket.
Vonleh with a big rebound, pushing out ahead to Nolan, and that's the biggest lead of the game for Colorado. Vonleh slow to get up, but a timeout on the court. Vonleh seemed to be grabbing kind of the back of her calves as she gets up. 18 points, 10 rebounds, her third double-double of the season, the fourth of her career.
She's had a heck of a game.
She gets the rebound and throws the outlet. So that results in a layup at the other end, but just slow to get up as she is limping off the court right now. And a round of applause from the Colorado Buffalo fans that are here in attendance. Really not a bad drive over from Boulder, Colorado. Probably 6-7 hour drive, depending on how fast you get going on I-70.
Well, it's wide open. You can go really fast.
That's what I'm saying. I've driven that stretch a few times, and the speed limit may be a suggestion. I'm just saying.
Definitely.
Drake needs to find some offense, and they post up McCauley at 5'11" on Sherrod, and she banks that one in.
Great job of going in and turning and putting the defense on her back.
Smith almost threw it away, retrieved it, kicked it out. Sherrod shifting gears, my goodness.
I think she could get through a crack an inch wide. I didn't realize how quick she was until I seen her in person.
Yeah, it has been something she has done throughout her career, and the fact that she just shifts gears and explodes in the tiniest of spots. She has trained so hard throughout her life. She even came to a Tennessee basketball camp, I understand, when she was younger.
She did. I came up, she was just smiling, I was grinning, and yeah, from Alabama, and it's really fun to watch how much she has grown and matured. And I saw her when she was this little kid. She was in 7th grade, so good for her.
Taylor McCauley makes 2 free throws. And Vonleh back on the bench, taking a breather, and Colorado will have an opportunity for the last shot of the third quarter. Sherrod looks over at J.R. Payne, confirms the play, and here we go. Quay Miller out to Sherrod. Nolan, offensive rebound, and put back by Kendall Letta. 14 second chance points for the Colorado Buffaloes, and they have an 18-point lead going into the fourth quarter. App, so you can watch anywhere, as the Kansas State Wildcats looking on to see who they will face on Sunday. Gabby Gregory with a season-high 22 points. This is the first time since 2005 that a Kansas State team had 2 players score over 20 points in an NCAA tournament game. As Dinnebeer starting off the fourth quarter for Drake. She's got 20 points now and draws the Bulldogs within 16. Sherrod has it stripped away, and a jump ball will keep it on this end of the court.
And let's keep an eye on this, because where you see Dinnebeer cutting, going to the basket, gets bumped. She's got great focus. Let's watch and see. Colorado has not been a great fourth quarter team, so we'll watch how it unfolds throughout this quarter.
Yeah, especially 3 of their last 4 games. They've given up big leads in the fourth quarter and lost 2 of those games. The 2 losses were to Oregon State. One of them was in the Pac-12 quarterfinals against Washington. They still won the game, but they were outscored 15-9 in the fourth. Against Washington State, they lost. You can see how much they were outscored. And then Oregon State came back and outscored them 17-8 in the fourth quarter to force overtime. And then the Buffaloes lost in double overtime.
Just we need to be really mindful of that, because they tend to relax a little, but they got to keep the pedal down.
Especially against a team like Drake that can score so quickly. That time Berg had it stripped away. Nice pass to set up Kendall Wetta.
Just great vision, seeing the whole floor and seeing her player come on the backside.
Wetta now the fourth player in double figures for Colorado, and Dinnebeer continues to add to her total now with 22.
Dinnebeer has that same ability, just very crafty, gets to the basket, can weave, can cut through, gets an open layup.
But if you're Drake right now, you can't trade baskets.
They can't. They've got to find somehow to get stops. Colorado's got to continue to be smart.
Nice kick out to Nolan, short on that three-point attempt. Dinnebeer gonna try a three. And just a little too long.
Yeah,
I thought that was going down. That's not a bad shot.
Yeah, I held my breath. It's a smart shot for her.
Especially as well as she's been shooting, and a chance to give some momentum to Drake.
This Drake, they just don't seem like they get tired. They go, we watched them in practice yesterday. I don't even think they sweat.
They only know one gear. They just go full force the entire game. And that shot goes over the backboard. But, you know, this is just a tremendous stat. They actually track, and they travel almost 5 miles per game.
And that's a lot of running. That's not walking. I can get out and walk, and it probably will take me longer than this game.
For 5 miles, yeah. A great crowd from Drake. Katie Dinnebeer, we understand, actually is more than the average. She herself averages about 5.5 miles per game for Drake.
Are you surprised?
Not at all.
Cannot be surprised.
Not at all. Vonleh back into the game after she went down, and it gets away from her. It will be Drake basketball.
Yeah, Vonleh's got it. She had her arms wrapped around. She's got to keep her hands to the ball so she can catch the basketball. And then you got to throw it. You got to throw it right at her numbers.
Oh, hot for Miller to handle. Well, ball fake shifts the defense, but Brooklyn Daly can't get that one to fall. Vonleh into a double team. Nice block.
Yeah. These guards, you cannot, she's got to keep the ball high, because they're getting their hands on the basketball.
Ooh, a little extra shove by Sarah Rose Smith.
Yeah, they're battling for the ball, and I didn't mean to.
And she picks up her fourth foul as she tried to pick up the Drake player on the floor. Vonleh back on the bench.
And for Drake,
This is Colorado's got to be careful here, because Drake's not going away. So you got to still keep doing what you've been doing, playing solid defense, getting the rebound, coming down here, working for good shots, because Drake's going to just keep going. They're going to try to get threes off. They're going to try to turn you over. They're going to try to get quick baskets.
But Drake has not been shooting well from beyond the arc here in the second half. Just 1 of 9 And this is usually a strength of Drake, as they shoot 33% from three-point range, but have only made one here in the second half, as Foreman picks up her 4th foul for Colorado. And Sherrod checks in.
Team foul number 2. Substitution for Colorado, 0-0, Jalen Sherrod.
So Sherrod's rest on the bench didn't last long.
And shouldn't.
Meyer splits a couple of defenders, and it gets away from him. And a double team in the backcourt leads J.R. Payne to call a timeout. Colorado still leading, but looking over their shoulder at Drake. Half points per game. That's the most points in the J.R. Payne era at Colorado. This is an offensive-minded team. They share the ball well. We talked about the balance, but we've seen it in action here.
Yeah, inside, and then you see Jalen Sherrod attacking the basket, and they've done it off turnovers. They've done it off extra second chance points as well.
A nice block from Ava Hawthorne. And an excellent drive into the lane by Tamia Sadler. Hawthorne with the basketball. Shot clock winding down.
And Drake's got to go. They're going to come back in this game. They've got to score a little bit quicker.
Oh, in and out. As Drake has just made one three-pointer here in the second half. And blocking the shot is McCauley. It will stay here on this end, but man, that ball did everything but go in. And then the block.
Yeah. That's a good block. That's a good block.
Sherrod tries to inbound it under the basket. It's knocked away. And Dinnebeer, along with Anna Miller, checking back into the game for Drake.
Yeah, I was going to say, Dinnebeer cannot stay out too long.
And Drake needs to go on a run right now. Whitaker, triple teamed. Ooh, and it's tied up. It will be possession arrow in favor of Drake when we come back. Here from Drake has really led the way, as it's been a struggle for others to score, as Dinnebeer with the 22 points. Becker has 13, nobody else in double figures for Drake. However, Colorado has 4 in double figures.
I just think the size and the physicality is really affecting Drake, but you know what? Again, they are never out of the game because they can do that right there.
And we mentioned earlier, they've only hit 1 three-pointer until that one here in the second half. But you got to think they're due, right?
Oh,
I mean, as well as they shoot from three-point range, it could happen. So Colorado has to continue to score on this end, and instead Miller with a turnover.
Yeah, they are never out of the game. I mean, wide open. You cannot give them a wide open three because they're going to knock it down. And Colorado's done a good job to this point of really contesting a lot of their threes thus far.
And substitution for Colorado, number 4, Sarah Rose Smith.
So Sarah Rose Smith checks in for Charlotte Whitaker. Dinnebeer with the 22 points, left side of the lane open for her. Easy drive to the basket.
Who else?
So a mini 5-0 run for Drake.
Really smart with Colorado using the shot clock.
Big shot for Colorado, Kendall Wetta. Berg has it knocked away by the quick hands of Sherrod, and she did knock it off the leg of Berg. And now another player for Colorado, Tamia Sadler, comes up hobbling. We've already seen Aaronette Von Lay with some leg issues, and Sadler gingerly going over to the bench. She's over on the right side.
Oh.
And gets tangled up with Courtney Becker. And another three for Colorado, so effectively shutting the door on any hopes for Drake. 16 points for Weta. All of her points have come in the second half. And a foul called on Colorado. Taylor McCauley, one of those players, likely playing in her last game in a Drake uniform.
And Sherrod's got to be, this is a still learning moment for her, and she's got to be smart. She, again, don't bail somebody out. Don't put them at the free throw line. Stops the clock. Drake's going to press here.
And McCauley in double figures. She's got 12 points for Drake. And makes both, the redshirt senior from Minnesota. Sherrod spinning, nice pass, and a foul will send Quay Miller to the free throw line.
Wow, just quick spins, gets up in the air, knows exactly where she's going with the ball.
Quay Miller, honorable mention, all Pac-12. Last year led Colorado in scoring with over 13 points a game. This year, 9 points and 7.5 rebounds. And with that free throw, she's got 8 tonight. Dinapir, nice pass to Miller. And you would expect Colorado to use as much of the shot clock each possession as they can.
Well, I think Drake's just their whole run and their performance is a great shout out for the Valley. It's a competitive conference. And they put up a lot of numbers. It's a fun conference to watch.
Yes.
And it's extremely, extremely competitive.
Well, and you think this Drake team made it on a last-second shot over Missouri State, or it would be the Lady Bears here. Also in the semifinals, it took overtime to beat their rival Northern Iowa. It could be Tanya Warren and Northern Iowa here. So, you know, there have been many years when the Valley has gotten a couple of teams in. This year, just one made it to the NCAA, but it's a highly competitive conference, and Drake representing well today.
Yeah, and they have solid coaches, and I've coached with Tanya Warren on some international teams, and I know how she is. I know how she preps, and I know her love for the Valley, and it's just a exciting conference.
Courtney Becker has had a nice game for Drake. She has 14 points, didn't miss a shot from the field. This is her first free throw of the day. The senior out of Wisconsin. Sherrod gets around a couple of defenders. And Dinnerbeer looked like she might have twisted something. And she came up hobbling just a little bit.
Yeah,
Too strong. Taylor McCauley, one of the starters, and Grace Berg, both playing in their last games as Drake Bulldogs. There's McCauley. Grace Berg, who averaged 17 points a game this year. And a chance for some of the players to come off the court. Anna Miller checking out, and there's McCauley going to get her last ovation as she leaves the court. Anna Brown, a graduate transfer from Loyola University of Chicago, checking into the game. And hugs as the realization setting in that this is the last game this team will play together this season. Megan Meyer on the court, number 11, just so heroically coming back to play after she tore her ACL last year. And 1 minute to play in this game as Colorado now having Quay Miller slow getting up from the court. You see the emotions from Grace Berg. Just a terrific career for Grace Berg, the graduate from Indianola, Iowa. And such a well-oiled machine, this Drake team. And just ran into a terrific team from Colorado today.
And they started off with a bang, and then Colorado just, they settled in. And Colorado just weathered the storm. And
top of the key, Ashley Imes into the game. And a foul on Megan Meyer, but she may have gotten the worst of it.
Yeah.
As she got popped in the face, as we mentioned. She transferred from Iowa and was the newcomer of the year in the Missouri Valley her junior year. Then last year, after 8 games, had a season-ending knee injury. Thought she was done with basketball, but came back for the last 14 games of the year, now 15 games. And what a career she's had at Drake. As congratulations to Drake on a tremendous season and a Missouri Valley Conference Tournament championship. But Colorado just too much today, and Colorado will advance to the second round and face Kansas State on Sunday. 2 teams that will be part of the same conference next year in the Big 12, but J.R. Payne and Colorado representing the Pac-12 in its final year and advancing to the second round for the second year in a row.